Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today. Just want you to know if you don't pay your utility bills, you could go to jail right now. And a couple other things I'm going to cover. Please take a second. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you get notified on everything. First thing, I got a picture sent to me from Emily in Austin in Texas. Which I like Austin from Texas. And they shared this nice photo with me and thanked me and thought the channel was great, which I think is awesome. And it looks like he's drinking a cab or something like that. So good for them. And they got that mook in the background in the picture. So I appreciate you guys. Always love this stuff. Plus all the thoughtful cards and letters and everything you guys are sending me and the gifts. In regards to my girlfriend, I truly appreciate it. But I woke up this morning, I had this whole video planned out that I was going to shoot, and this story kept getting sent to me, and this is ridiculous. Hey, by the way, I'm at Huntington Beach. It's really early, it's foggy, it's kind of cool. Think about this. Valley, Alabama, a woman, 82 years old, doesn't pay her trash pickup bill for 3 months. So what did they do? They arrested her for this. She owed a staggering $77.80. $77.80. And they interviewed code enforcement. Code enforcement said, this is not the first time she's been late. And we've had collection problems before. And in fact, in 2006, she owed us $200 and had to arrest her back then too and let her go once she complied. Do you know how sick this world is? Think about this. You got a woman that's 82 years old that maybe she doesn't have the $77. How about that? How about that news flash for code enforcement? Now, I hate code enforcement. And for the simple fact that they serve a purpose. Yes, you don't want people to do things that are illegal in your city, but in Tustin, in the city I live in, there was this young kid that was in code enforcement. And what's the right word that I can use? It's not profanity. Anyways, pick one. Starts with a D and ends with an E. Okay, that's what he was. Anyways, I used to go out and run about this time every morning. And on Saturdays, this young kid would go by and he'd tear down the garage sale signs. And finally, you know, one day I'm running and I go up next to his car and there's a stack of garage sale signs. So all the major streets, Red Hill, Newport, 17th Street, Holt, all these major streets that have, you know, telephone poles and houses with garage sales, I'm sure, on the weekends. This guy was getting glee and ripping this down. And I said, isn't it kind of ridiculous that you're tearing those down before these people even start? Well, these are illegally posted, sir. These are put on the telephone poles. They're supposed to be on the light poles or on these type of signs. And I'm like, whatever. I said, it's ridiculous. And then he had one group that he was stapling together, and I go, what's that? Oh, these are people that have violated. They've had more than the allotted garage sales within the 90-day period. I'm like, you're serious, right? I said, you know, this is ridiculous that you do this early in the morning like this, because they're not going to get anybody to their garage sale. Maybe those people that you did that to, maybe they did that because they need the money. Maybe they're having multiple garage sales, not to violate the city, but to the fact that they need to eat or pay their bills. This is the law. These people are breaking the law. And I'm like, listen, crime fighter, they're not breaking the law, which pissed him off even more. But it's a city ordinance. Well, it's different. It's clearly on the city website. Okay, I want a raise of hands out there of everybody that's gone to their city website to see what the rules are as far as garage sales are. Now, think about this. My friend, okay, David, his father was a great guy. And in high school, they were broke because it was the recession of like 80, 81, or whatever that year was, 81, 82, whatever that was. So the dad would go out and he would buy closeouts. He'd buy pallets of merchandise, household items, and then have garage sales. Oh my gosh, this guy made a killing doing this in front of his house. How about this one? He also got a knockoff E.T. doll called Space Alien. And this, so whatever year the E.T. movie came out, and he came to me and goes, hey, you're resourceful. Why don't you go and see if you can sell any of these for me? Well, the E.T. movie was insane. So I would go to the swap meet and places like that, and I would sell these things. The deal was I would give him $2 and I could keep the rest. So I'd sell them for $4. I made a killing as a high school kid selling E.T. knockoffs. They looked like E.T., but they were knockoffs, okay? So they clearly weren't E.T. and they weren't licensed by Universal or who knows, Spielberg or who cares, okay? But the point is that to do this to people is criminal. To do this to people is awful. This 82-year-old woman clearly doesn't have the money, clearly doesn't have any family, clearly doesn't have $77 extra laying around. Be kind to people, reach out to people, be the best version of yourself, and don't just ask for things, because the best thing you can do is help people and give people. It's not necessarily writing a check, but just to look out for people and to make sure that people have it good. These code enforcement ass clowns, okay? This is ridiculous. I went to code enforcement in that same city with people that were having a tattoo parlor and basically a drug den inside their house next door to me, and doing a bunch of nefarious stuff. And when I reported, this looks like a lot of work, is exactly what the guy said to me. Well, yeah, it is. It's your job. Now, just like the young kid who's so lazy that he can't do it at the end of the day, it's Saturday and they make him work on Saturdays for the city, so he rips the signs down early. Now, I went back to the city just to see if I could figure out where the line was for the garage sale limitation. It took forever to find it, and it was kind of vague in that sense. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We're just going to reach out to the city. And people just want to have a garage sale and sell their junk right now. And now you're going to see that more often than ever. But the only problem is people don't have any money to pay you for this. So help people. Help people. Be kind to people right now, because they are frickin' broke. Okay? So Mark Reynolds, the police chief in Valley, Alabama, he felt good about arresting these people. We treated her with respect and we arrested her. Really, Mark? Come on. Okay? Ridiculous, guys. Now, I'm going to get the code enforcement people that are going to write me and say, these are rules and people violate them. What if they set up a business in there, or they had, a kitchen? Yeah, no, there's rules for that. But to sit there and arrest somebody for not paying the utilities is absolutely insane right now. That's where this world is coming right now. That's how bad things are right now. With my girlfriend being as sick as she is, one thing that my daughter and I were talking about is all the close calls that she's had over the last few years. And there's been a ton. I'm out here by the volleyball course. Easily, well over a dozen. But a dozen that we came up with and sat down, we're talking about the other day, and how, remember this one, remember that? Oh, I was at the baseball game and she thought she was having a heart attack. I took her to the hospital. I mean, I could go on. I could tell you guys stories for hours. But the one thing that disgusts my daughter, absolutely freaks her out, is going to the hospital and you go there and you are dealing with a sick family member. You're dealing with the best in this world and the worst in this world. What I mean by that is people have babies and life being brought in, people are all happy, and then you've got, people dying. But, hey, before you leave the parking lot, you were here, over 20 minutes, you owe $7. And some people are just flabbergasted by this and absolutely upset by this. And if you're there too long, over 4 hours, you owe them $10. And I cannot tell you how many times being at that hospital where I have seen people that did not have the money to pay this $10 or $7. And the most recent one was this one young girl, probably wasn't even 21. She was just young. And she was just shaking, and the parking attendants yelling at her, and, oh, come on, you're holding up the line. People are honking. I just went up and stuck my credit card in and pulled it. I'm thinking, well, what's the worst it could be? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I don't have any money to pay. I still just do a good deed for somebody someday, okay? But my daughter said it would be nice to start a charity that paid for parking so that the parking was free at rich Newport Beach. It's disgusting, guys. But that's the world that we live in. Now, again, code enforcement has its place. Some lazy kid who doesn't want to work a full Saturday and wants to get done with his job early and rips down signs, okay? In other words, if they were up the next day after the garage sale, I could understand that. But to sit there and keep track of the Wilsons because they're trying to sell stuff, do you think there's an issue with that? You think maybe they're trying to buy crystal meth? I don't think so. I think they're trying to eat is what I think they're trying to do, but that's just me. So share your thoughts on that stuff because it's wrong. It is totally wrong right now. A lot of people out here riding the bike. They set up that impromptu stage right there and they'll have bands and stuff, but some are good, some are bad. So, but, you know, Massachusetts has a story that's below about how bad the electric prices are and the electricity prices. National Grid and Eversource. And people need to get ready. People need to get ready for their electric bills to go up as much as 60%. Electric bills that are $90 could be $360. How is that 60%, guys? You're going to see people be put in such harm's way that they cannot afford to pay their energy costs right now. So what do we do? Start arresting these people? Bring them in, man. Have them get a lawyer. Think about this. You're going to see things get turned completely upside down right now. Completely upside down. It's sad, guys. It's absolutely sad. It's tragic that the world is like this right now. 82-year-old woman gets arrested. And again, crime fighter. That guy was so pissed. Every time he saw me in the city, because I was around a lot, you know, I'd wave to him. I'd point at my watch and say, it's time for you to quit, huh? It's probably quitting time right now. Would you just piss him off, okay? Be the best version of yourself. That is, you know, the fake people that hide behind religion and churches that don't do anything. Your church needs to do something. You need to make sure that people are not just, you know, that they're cared for financially. Raise some money and pay this woman's electric bill. That's what you can do. Well, these poor people in Massachusetts, as it gets colder right now, because it's going to be frickin' freezing this weekend there, as it gets colder, you're going to see people and families that will not be able to pay their energy costs. Criminals, guys. Degenerates. Bring them in. Let's see, I'm going to rank it. You know, criminal acts, not paying your energy bill, at the same level. Retail crime, you know. Lock these people up. Come on, guys. It's nuts. So, sorry for a rant. But again, do something nice for somebody. Eminem, do something good. Be the best version of yourself. And that is something that cares about other people. In my business, I've done more things for people for free. And you know what? There are people out there that don't appreciate it. Which reminds me, I had an old girlfriend that when I was driving her car once, I got a toll road ticket because I thought she had Fast Pass. She didn't. And after we ended it, I'm thinking, okay, at least you could have done is pay that toll road ticket. Oh, okay, well, let me do that. And went and paid it and realized that she had 2 other ones on her account that I wasn't driving the car for. So I just said, what the hell, I'll just pay it. And, hey, I took care of that and just want to let you know. And no response. I was like, what a horrible, you know, what's that about? What, you know? And that day, for some reason, I had lunch with a psychologist that day. And I was just saying, you know, isn't this terrible that this was done? You know, this person goes out and didn't thank me for this. And she's like, no, this is you're doing this the wrong way, Dan. This is about you doing it for her. It's about you feeling good, knowing that you kept your word and that you did it. And I said, okay, so don't do things expecting the reaction from other people because people are terrible. Oh, okay. People are selfish. Do things that are selfless, okay? So, anyways, made sense. So, ladies, how are you? Anyways, friends of mine, Onward and Upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thinking, who's that?